I've lived in this house, as you can see, a ranch style house, actually for all of my life, and the ramp allows me to get in and out independently. I had a push button operated power door installed. My remote control door opener that's mounted on my chair really helps to keep me independent. All I have to do, put my finger on the button and I give it a push, and the door opens. And then I just reverse the process when I'm leaving. More and more now, power wheelchairs are becoming available with some features that help somebody with a physical disability shift their body weight, change their position through the day. Because if the person is in the wheelchair from the morning until later at night until they go to bed, that's a long time to be in one position. One is called the eye level. This is one of the newest features on power chairs. I occasionally get edema in my feet and lower legs. So one of the things that's helpful for me, being able to leave the legs, raise the legs up like that. A similar feature that it has is the recline feature. Several years ago, I had my kitchen remodeled. One of the features was to get track lighting, and we made sure that when it was installed, that the on and off switches were mounted at an accessible height. And that's what gets the lights off, and they're also very easy for me to put back on. One of the features that I've found over the years has been very helpful to me and a lot of other people with disabilities is a small device that can be bought at any do-it-yourself home improvement store. You take the plug of any device that you would commonly use, such as a lamp, plug the box into the wall, and then it becomes operable on 3 levels via touch. I use a mouth stick that I've fashioned by going to any of the lumber dealers, do-it-yourself centers, home improvement centers in the area. I get about a 14 or 15 inch dowel and use some Gorilla or masking tape to put a rubber thimble on the end of it for touching surfaces. And I'm able to dial the phone, a speakerphone, with my mouse like this. Another common use for using the homemade mount sticks out of the wooden dowel is for anything related to using my desktop, whether I'm sending an email, working on a document. So I do that both here at home and also at my office at the Center for Independent Living in Scranton, where I'm an advocacy and outreach coordinator, work with a lot of issues about ADA, Americans with Disabilities Act compliance, educating the community about people with disabilities. I'm not able to hold utensils, so I need total help with that. However, I am able to get any kind of finger food, such as the crackers that I have here. I think one of the things that's important for the medical community and others to realize through this is just because somebody with a disability is not actually conducting that task, that activity of daily living, totally independently by themselves, doesn't mean that they can't be independent. If they have somebody else helping them, even without equipment, that's fine, as long as that person with the disability is kind of calling the shots and directing the way that they receive help.
Well, since probably about a year after my stroke, that would be like 1996, I started the process of learning how to drive again, but this time I had to do it with my left leg. So a little different from the way folks would normally do it. But there's a great attachment that you can add to your car. They made them removable, which is awesome because my wife, who's able-bodied, couldn't use the car herself too. She just has to take it out. So there's the block on the right-hand side, which blocks over the actual gas pedal. And then the left side gas pedal is ready to go. And of course, the brake is normally in the same position it would be for anyone. Using this left side gas pedal has been just great for me. It's probably the best thing of all the adaptations I've needed after the stroke to get me independent. We decided to just get a regular non-motor lawnmower, be easier for me to push. So it's perfect for me with one arm to use. And it really does a great job. So I've literally had this thing for 11 years. You actually have to restring it. You just make a little knot. So there's my knot. And I bring it out, from this point. I can tighten it as you normally would. I do it with one hand, make it nice and tight, and then pull it through here, and then I pull it through the same way again, and then now there's my bow, and I tighten it. This is another great thing that I can do because now it opens it up for me. I can have a lot of different kinds of shoes. Now they call us independent living specialists. And so, our job is when someone comes to us and has a need, that we'll be able to help them with whatever that is, related to their disability, of course. And what we want to see is folks with disabilities living independently in the community. That's the most important thing to us. We want to keep them out of institutions, and we want them staying in their home. You can't help but have a certain thinking to someone who's had a stroke, for instance, but kind of throw that thinking out the window and look at that person, treat that person as just another human being, and think about what they might be capable of beyond the stroke.